do that because they want young boys to be stripped of their masculinity. Why?
Get a little pracky going here.
The reason why this is happening is because we've given women the reins. Here, ladies, do what you want. And women, and we see this in animals too, they just have this natural instinct where they want to, fuck you, man. And the man, obviously doesn't hit her, but he says, that's ridiculous, sit down. We have gotten to a point where women naturally go, fuck you, man. The same way a kid will push the boundaries with a father and say, oh, no, I'm not going to bed. And you have to go, get to bed now. They do that to men, and we're sitting there going, okay, fine, fuck me. And then they keep going and going, fuck you, fuck you.
Hard to get to the
we
tight
keep going, yeah, I said. They don't like it. You're supposed to go, no,
Did you say hard and tight?
Watch it. I know this sounds very sexist.
You know it's Saturday night.
Females in general need some sort of authority figure, some sort
You
of...
had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
You need a male in the midst.
Love that movie.
To just create order. When cows are left without a bull, they start attacking each other. It's chaos. And we all know the bullies online that are bullying these girls and calling them fat and bitches.
Mrs. D'Artagnan.
Women bully women.
We're just in pracky here. We're pracky
I
in.
never knew what a fat girl was until the other girls in my high school said, yeah, she's
Biggest fan. Good old Gav.
nice big tits.
Nice big
This
tits.
is 1984.
So I'll go get a different
Back
car.
before people were actually gigantic.
Woo! Easy on me there, D-Egg.
So anyway, go back to...
Oh, I said easy on me, D-Egg.
This 2-8. This is what they've done. They've created men that they don't want to fuck. Now scroll down.
That's what they've done.
Okay, let's go up a little bit.
It takes it, it's clear.
Gav's tab.
Jesus Christ. Go down, not the rap, not Hollywood Reporter. What's that one, Matt Reeves? No, Marcus Jones. Look at this guy. Marcus Jones. Casting Zoe Kravitz opposite Robert Pattinson is in The Batman is perfect because, although I don't think they've dated, they are definitely each other's type. Chemistry is about to be fire. Can you imagine writing that? Can you imagine?
Ooh, almost had her say.
Speaking of celebrities' chemistry,
If I hadn't got on the old
and I
throttle
clicked on
there,
this
you know.
guy, and he talks about celebrities' chemistry quite a bit. He's a reporter for
The guy had to lap time
and
is
apparently a love chemist.
119.00.
BuzzFeed News too. Oh, BuzzFeed News. This is who's controlling our media. New York Mag, Vulture.
See if we can't get up on
all
all
these
Austin's
stories you
butt
hear,
cheeks
all this
up here.
fake fucking news
Fucking
comes
nerd.
from these, not even gay, but emasculated men. Look at the next guy below him. Go back. Oh, go back. Below him. Yeah, you're in. This guy. Matt McDaniel. I don't think he's
Well, I just
gay.
can't.
Zoe Kravitz
I'm
was
pushing a
7
little
months
too hard
old
on the
when
first lap.
Tim Burton
I'm about to say I can't find any front grip there, but
So?
I also
Click on
can't
him.
be on the track
What a
long enough to get my
dork.
tires warmed up to
What a cunt.
find some
What a
front grip, you
pussy.
stupid idiot.
What does it say? I can't read the write-up because the camera's...
Editorial director at Pluto TV. Views and opinions are not shared or requested by anyone.
He, him.
1,000.
Who, him.
Ugh.
Check out
Very dishonorable. Hi.
This is the new masculinity. A sleeping bag gown.
Shut the fuck up, Jacob.
Yeah.
This
Remember
is
time
what
I
you
was
should
named
be
after
wearing.
fucking something
And
you
in
put
that
on a
article,
sandwich.
by the way, GQ, all magazines, LA Mag.
His name was
the hit
Jacob
piece
Mayo.
on me, all run by homosexuals. All run by gays. So of course,
I might be retarded.
good thing. They're like, wear a sleeping bag gown, girls. Let's do it.
Pharrell is hitting the red carpet tonight with the Coleman double insulated padded knitted sleeping bag. It's waterproof.
Ooh, a little too much of a cut there.
Double insulated. All right,
To watch these track limits.
You were
Well,
right
hey,
when
we
the
get
joke
those-
came out your mouth,
We
weren't you?
iron
You knew the
kinks
rule
out here,
was
Pracky.
red carpet, and then you thought, I'll just wing it. You're not smart enough.
Don't ever do that. I don't know much about sleeping bags.
Sleeping bags?
Yeah.
Sleeping bags.
Which brings me to this meme. There's a meme war going on. There's a war against masculinity. There's also a meme war. Oh yeah, look at him cry.
It's so weird.
God, what a pussy. I've been around him before. He is a fucking pervert. All he does is hit on every single female there relentlessly.
Leslie.
He's a creep. You know who else is like that? Gene Simmons. total fucking creep who skeeves out every female in the room. In that article, I think he goes off about how he regrets contributing to toxic masculinity via rap. Have you ever heard the song, He's a Dirty Dog, Dan Ann?
He's 17.
Farrell's band, what were they called?
The guy behind
Yeah.
has just done a
Pull
180.
up that song. It's a great song. This is what he regrets. This is the toxic masculinity he regrets. He's a dirty dog.
Oh, lap dance, yeah.
Yeah. This is horrible. A guy fornicating with strippers. Meanwhile, Pharrell hasn't stopped fornicating with strippers. Turn it up.
Dirty dog.
When I invented hipsters and things were normal. Look, you could be horny and have pretty girls in your video.
Gotta be easy on the throttle. Easy on
That's a
there.
weird
I need a
line.
better,
I dare a motherfucker to come in my face. Like
Yes.
he means get up in my face.
Dare a
Like, you
motherfucker
just
to
said
come in my
face.
Is that what
Six,
you
two,
said?
Get up in my
0,
face.
127. Off the
Step to
pace.
me. There's a million
I
different
dare a
ways to say
motherfucker to
that.
come in my face.
Why'd you choose come in my face?
Maybe in an orgy scenario that really has to be said.
You think you're tough? Go ahead. Try to come in my face.
Dodge it. I'll move. Like Neo.
Okay, you got a little bit there, but not that much. You were going for here. You got one strand right there.
That was
and I can
ricochet.
watch this. I don't care, bitch. I dare you.
You can come on my neck all you want.
Slap.
Come in my face. Oh, hells no. Hell no. You try it, motherfucker. Just try to fuck me. I would never let you fuck
I gotta get a
me,
refit.
bitch.
I'll be back, bitch.
I will never blow you, you pussy.
That's pretty gangster.
Motherfuckers think they can come all over me like I'm their bitch.
Why is it quiet?
Wow.
Try to spank my ass.
You were drawing the line. Yeah, try to spank me. You think I'm gonna wear lingerie for you, motherfucker? Never.
You can't get me hard. I
Yeah.
pulled it out the zip.
Can't get me
Let's
fooled.
see
I'm
what
not doing
you
a
can do.
sexy dance for you, you bitch. Who you think you is?
I ain't sucking your toes. I'll get close.
I might give you one foot massage, probably do a shitty job.
On
I'll
purpose.
do a half-ass foot massage and then tell you to get the fuck out.
No lotion.
Lotion free, bitch. So, yeah, you really gotta look at this,
Connie and Naomi is
this
linked.
drag
do that in between
queen
the
story
people
hour
here.
in a different way.
Should
There
be
really
right
is a
next to these
war
guys. Oh,
on
come
men
on.
going on, a war on masculinity,
on.
which kind of brings us to
Come
this
on,
meme.
come on, you it, do it.
So, over the
Do
weekend,
it, come on, you idiot.
Carpe dunked
Don't
him,
cross
sir.
the line.
Carpe dunked him. He was on Sunday's big show.
Yes.
Carpe Dunctum was booted.
Look at old Bill
from,
coming through here again. What
Twitter,
a stupid
1-7.
fucking name, though, you know? Bill.
Yeah. Now,
What a Schmidt. You smell like
if you
Schmidt,
go
buddy.
to 1-8, his theory is that Project Veritas have done this awesome expose on CNN.
You're welcome.
They've had a mole in CNN. I have a theory about their moles. I don't know who this person is, but I bet it's a hottie. And these guys, these nerds who work at CNN go, holy shit, a pretty girl's talking to me. And that's when they get cool and they say, oh, CNN is totally fucking biased. We suck. So Carpe Dunctum shared some of these exposed CNN videos on his Twitter and was banned right after.
Got the rice coming
So
up.
then they thought, wait, we're making it kind of obvious with the fake
All right, I'm
news.
sending this one straight fucking
Oh,
through.
by the way, before
Let's
we
see how
finish
quick we
that,
can get through here.
fake news this weekend was out of fucking control. Check out this 3-2.
Oh, shit.
ABC
Let's see you
was
make it
talking
through
about
here.
how terrible Trump is, and how he really fucked up by pulling out of
That would've
Turkey,
hurt.
and the Kurds are getting murdered. And the footage they show is, I think if you go down, they have it. It's a shooting range. Turn that up.
Trump ordering the withdrawal of
Ordering
US
the
troops
withdrawal
from northern Syria.
Northern
1 week
Syria.
After his fateful call with President Erdogan of
civilians
Erdogan.
in a Syrian border town. The Kurds who fought alongside
Border
the U.S.
town.
against ISIS. Now horrific reports of atrocities.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's
Slaughter in Syria. And then what's it from? Oh, a Knob Creek night shoot in 2017. Like, it's so fucking blatant. It's actually kind of frustrating because
Wow.
I know Project Veritas is going to come out with all this salacious gossip and damning evidence that CNN is biased, but they're going to ignore it. This is all about winning now. They know Max and John don't deserve 3.5 years. They don't deserve 1 day. But it's good for Trump to make it look like there's white nationalists everywhere and he sucks. So let's just throw innocent men in jail. And then Kurt Eichenwald, remember him? He's the guy who was caught. I should have done my hair before I started the show. He was caught looking at tentacle porn. That was tentacle porn was 3-4. He was tweeting out something to prove how anti-Semitic America is. Oh, yeah. But he accidentally he forgot to hide his tabs, and one of his tabs was tentacle porn, which he later claimed, no, I was just showing my kids that it exists. Oh, okay, that's much better. He also is the one where someone flashed, this is 3-5, someone flashed a strobe at him on Twitter because he said he has epilepsy, and he pretended, I don't believe him, but he said he had a seizure. I don't believe him. And so he charged the guy with giving him a seizure, and it made it all the way to court, but they threw it out. Anyway, this is the cunt, Kurt Eichenwald. He's almost as bad as Brian Stetler, the turgid tattletale. And so just like that Syrian bullshit, he put out a tweet. This is a New York Times bestselling author of how horrible it is in Syria right now. And he used a 1983 image of child earthquake victims to bash Trump. This is just like when they had the kids in cages and it was Obama. All right, so sorry. So that was my little fake news tangent. But to get back to the meme war, there's all this shit about to drop about CNN from Project Veritas.
See what we can do on a little quality here.
Donked alluded to it, was banned. He's back. And also over the weekend in the
Says I
meme
should
wars,
be about 6 here.
we had this
Oh,
video
donkey.
going around.
Oh,
This is
donk.
1-4.
Hey,
And
Duncan.
it's a scene from Kingsman.
Wonder if he's a fucking Aussie.
In the
Tactics
movie,
clear. We have
these guys
two.
are
Up to just at a decent
zombies
time.
that have lost their minds, and the guy from the Kingsman has to go in and kill them all because they're about
Dunkums,
to
yeah, dunkums.
commit mass shootings all over the place.
No man, Shane. When Dunkums. Just take it easy this here in the little lab. Don't get the tires too long. Get a little long.
Kingsman is the Proud Boys movie. I'm gonna prove that to you today. Not that we can go shooting people. And by the way, everyone's freaking out about this meme, saying it's violent. That was a person being killed, yes. But mostly, hey, there's my alma mater, Vice News. It's entities. It's like the New York Times.
yeah.
So it's a symbol.
Simbo. The oldest Simbo.
Rosie
That
O'Donnell.
happened to be Rosie. Yeah. She got
We
it twice.
stabbed her in the head.
That's Maxine Waters.
He punches Maxine Waters in the stomach. Maxine Waters, who's called for violence all the time. See, they're very sensitive when it comes back their way. Anyway, you get the idea. These were the guys, by the way,
Way too
in
slow,
1-6, who had a play in New York City where they murdered the president in a bloody, horrific way. And Laura Loomer and Jasobek went in and disrupted it. They were totally fine with that. They love that shit. And they say, no, in other plays we killed other presidents. No, in the other kills, it was just like, ooh, ow, ooh. With the Trump one, they stab him and stab him, and people are clapping and cheering as the president is filleted. Is it filleted or filleted? Anyway, so we're really mad that this meme was shown at Mar-a-Lago.
Shitty
Andy
exit.
No, this is 1-4. No, 1-5.
Just gonna do one qualifying lap.
Andy No says,
I need to do two.
points out, yeah, technically it was shown at Mar-a-Lago.
Might need to do two. What need
It
to
was
do
in a
two?
back room in
Or
a
what
meme
need
exhibit
to do
at the
two.
back kitchen, which was entirely empty and had nothing to do with his campaign. They say that it was a Trump
With this,
advocate that did it. That he's advocating for mass
Section
violence.
through there either.
No, some dude did it. But it got me thinking about that movie, Kingsman, and how I've always suspected it was a tip of the hat to Proud Boys, and I want to explain why.
Close enough.
Let me change my shirt. Five reasons why Kingsman is clearly a Proud Boys movie. It's
Clearly.
irrefutable. I assume the writer is a fan. The shout-outs are relentless and unavoidable. Let's start with number one, the message. The message of this film is anti-globalist. At the very, spoiler alert, at the end of the film, I can't remember if this is 1 or 2, but all these elitists' heads blow up. World leaders die at the end of this film. And these world leaders were conspiring to let the world burn, but they are saved. You know, Lyndon LaRouche, you always talked about the Green New Deal, global warming as eugenics for dummies. They want to control us. They see themselves as elite, as superior, and us working class people, we're scum. The lowly masses are scum. This is pure Soros stuff. And we look at, there's even globes in this picture right there as all their heads explode. These are all the world leaders. This is Drain the Swamp. This is MAGA. This is anti-elitist. And you can't be anti-elitist without being pro-working class. And while they allow the world leaders, look at these guys. Look at these politicians blow up.
Look at 'em.
As they
Look at 'em
blow up,
blow.
we are big upping the working class and saying, no, you're not going to kill us. You're not going to destroy us. And Eggsy, the main character, is a working class tough kid from the
Eggsy.
streets who is good enough to become this FBI guy, this Secret Service agent, this MI5 dude. And so they're saying, you can do it too. And that brings me to number two, the Perrys, the Fred Perrys. He's wearing the same Fred Perrys that Proud Boys wear. And you'll notice, too, by the way, that jacket is Jeremy Scott. Jeremy Scott's very, like, early aughts. Whoa, what happened to me there? Early aughts. Oh, it's green, so it's not showing up. Vice kind of a thing. But I won't bore you with the Jeremy Scott thing. That was a reference I caught. But, yeah, the black and yellow Perry, the black and gold Perry, is brutally obvious. There he is, walking in, checking out all the guns. And Fred Perry's, the media loves to make it about Nazi skinheads. Fred Perry's are a mod thing. The mods in the 60s. And the mods were working class, patriotic Brits who loved England and wanted to improve themselves. So though they were poor, they wore these expensive tennis shirts. Fred Perry was a tennis player. And they said, I'm going to look neat and tidy, and I'm going to wear a suit, and I'm going to ride around on my scooter. I'm going to wear a parka because there's so much, it's pre-catalytic converters, so it's dirty riding around on a scooter. And
It's going to be a boring race.
Proud Boys embrace that mentality. Blue-collar guys picking themselves up by their bootstraps. And so does Fred Perry. Number three, bourbon. In the
shouldn't
film,
be in this split.
this is in number two. It
It
takes place in
sucks.
America. And these patriots, these MAGA dudes, are big bourbon drinkers. Proud Boys, of course, are famous for their Maker's Mark and their Budweiser.
Already been
consumption.
reported once for
And
this.
in this movie, the way that they find out where the statesmen are, again, another spoiler alert, is a Scottish guy drinks a whole bottle of bourbon and gets so drunk that he can see the inside of the bottle. And where it is, yeah, there they are. See? They're in a bourbon factory. That's where the headquarters are. Come on! Number 4, obviously the guns. Proud Boys are famous for being big defenders of the Second Amendment, going to rifle ranges on a regular basis, and they just
Proud
love
of
guns,
you,
and guns are an
boy.
integral part of this movie. And cool guns too, shotguns, handguns. What is that, like a... I don't know much about guns, but were those buckshot that go in a gun? Cool. Anyway, is that a handgun shotgun? I don't know. I don't know guns, but guns are all over this movie. Proud Boys are obviously pro 2A. And then number 5, he fucks a princess in the ass. I think we have the clip from that. I guess I'm also doing a spoiler alert.
Sorry, love. Gotta save the world.
If you save the world, we can do it in the asshole.
I'll be right back.
And spoiler alert, he does save the world, and he does fuck her in the ass. He brings some booze to that meeting. I think those are the 2 glasses he uses as foreplay. And Proud Boys are known as degenerate drug users who are sexual perverts. So I love that there's all this controversy with Kingsman going on right now because we started it.
Anybody watching the IMSA race right now?
No, sir.
That's the end of the
Yeah,
session.
what do you think?
B2.
Yeah.
I'm watching
And I'm watching that
GOML
movie
right
with
now.
my kids. You know how I did it?
How?
I knew the asshole part
Watching
and the
what?
sex was coming up, so I just
Get off my lawn
yeah,
with
that,
Kevin
I did that with
McKinnon.
Animal House. Any dildos, anything.
Yeah.
That when he's with the 13-year-old. My son loved it. The movie, that is. So yeah, we skipped. I wasn't here for Columbus Day. I would have talked about how the West is the best.
See what you got all William. If your name's William or your name's Bill, you're a
he did
fucking...
some rough stuff.
Oh,
Back then, it was the 1400s.
Didn't they get raided by like the
Yes, he cut off
FBI
a
like
guy's
a
nose
month
for
ago?
stealing corn and cut off his ears. That's what
He did not.
the Aboriginals were doing to his people. Like, there's this.
What
this
happened
notion
on
that
that
we
stream
came
then? I
down
thought
there
people said
and
they
started
were fed.
attacking all these Indians. They were attacking
he just
us.
anytime he goes on vacation,
ripping out our
people are gonna
burning
like
us
stalk around his
alive,
house, so he just
eating
pretends
our
something happens
hearts.
instead of telling people
So
that he goes
it
on
was
vacation.
that
So
kind of
he just walked
horrific
off
Violence
his set
was the
that day.
vocabulary of the time. That's how people were
okay.
punished. He was just really speaking locally.
And then they
He was
basically took the
acting
next week
locally,
off, but he
thinking
didn't want
locally,
everybody
acting
to know that he was on vacation, so the haters wouldn't
And
come to his house and
the
fuck with
Indians
his
were
shit.
doing this way before we got here. In the book, The Myth of the Peaceful Savage,
No,
which I
yeah.
highly
I'm more of a
recommend,
Ben Shapiro
we
guy
hear about mass
myself.
graves and
Steven Crowder.
and cadavers that have been discovered with like
Yeah, I don't mind
50
Crowder. I
arrows
just
in.
hate
And
Dave
they realized that
Landau
these-
so
what
much.
they would do to their enemies is
That
they
guy
would
laughs
keep
at every
shooting
single one of his
arrows.
own jokes.
So in the
Yeah.
afterlife, they'd
Hate
be
that guy.
disfigured and dismembered and
But it's Ben.
poked
He's a
full of
nerd.
holes.
Just gotta take it.
And yeah, that aqueduct picture.
I'm just
Just
glad he
pretty much
got,
sums it
or he left
This is
Anthony Cumia's show. I listen to Anthony Cumia every day, and he ruined that
This
show for a
aqueduct
couple
went
years
into
for
the
me.
main city in Rome, where it ended with a fountain, with perfectly.
I'm gonna be
fresh
honest,
water.
over my engine, I didn't hear the last
An
part you
aqueduct
said.
is it's when you use gravity, right? To
Yeah, I was
get
just saying,
water from
Dave Landau
some
ruined
beautiful
one of my
lake
favorite shows
right
for about a
into
year.
Your village, 312 BC.
Okay.
You see these shithole countries where they're carrying.
He was the
water.
co-host on that before he came to
So
Crowder.
I'm not allowed to say the West is the best. Max and John are
No,
getting
yeah.
3.5 years in
I'm
prison.
also
because
a
they
big Tucker
think
guy.
that an
I'm missing
aqueduct
Tucker
is
Carlson.
superior to carrying water under.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any news or anything that
think we
much. I
use an
just
aqueduct
listen to those
system for
radio
milk.
shows and podcasts.
It starts up
But
in,
I-
I think, fish kills. And it
But
uses gravity to
every
bring
clip I
the
see from Tucker I seem to
champagne
like.
of tap water to your home.
Yeah, Tucker's the only like
Before that, of
news
course,
guy
New
I
York City,
watch like on
this was the
TV.
1800s, I guess, was a fucking shithole because there was horse crap everywhere.
By
So
the
everyone
way,
was drenched in
let's
disease.
sit back from the
Basically
safety
Indian.
car a little bit.
So they have human
When he
disease.
comes in, we
But
can
the
sit up
West
to
isn't
him
the
now,
West.
just so he can get a
Human
good
feces all
start.
over the road, and
Already
the
get the
champagne
nice
of drinking
start.
waters. That's the same.
Yep, you're good. Just stay as
Bangladesh
far back
is
as
the
you need. I'll
same
stay right
as
behind you.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Do these people even believe this shit?
It's just so that he can go in
I
and then
went there to
everybody,
Fresh
we can all
Girls,
get a full speed
where they
start
have
and not be going down
our water
into
supply.
turn one
Go, yeah.
with like zero
It's just far
downforce.
from, my old stomping grounds. Up there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's a little sketchy to do
it's
too
not
wide
guarded
sometimes.
very well. Like you could just, it's one little fence.
Yeah.
And
If
you
you
just
don't
pour in a bunch of
fucking
LSD.
quit talking to me about
Although I
Dave
was told-
Landau more
Yeah,
lately.
go try
You don't
it.
ever even listen to Dave
This
Landau.
should
Go
be
near
good
the fence.
distance. We'll just keep this.
No way. Yeah.
Oh wow.
A million cops will appear.
I'm gonna blow this fucking nerd away.
Okay,
Well, good luck, sir.
so we've covered the meme wars.
Yep, good luck.
Oh, here's a story. I
Probably
wanted
be
to
the like the last time I raced you in P1 and I'll get taken out by a back marker.
today with your relentless stretching.
Yeah.
We've
Hey, you
been
know what they
sitting
say,
here at
life's
the
a bitch and
desk
you marry
for
one.
What, an hour?
Classic
And
Rick
you're acting
Zankler.
like you're 100 years old.
A couple of weeks ago, I qualified pole for the first time ever in a road race. At Road America, I got taken out
Have
in
you
turn
heard
one.
anyone under 70 say that?
I just heard maybe it's this chair, but I think it seems a
You
little-
have an orthopedic cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Get ready, mate. It's
Not
hammer
preventing.
time.
I think it Lyme disease.
That's
Legitimate.
20 minutes to go.
Lyme's
20 minutes.
disease. You have more than one Lyme disease.
Yeah.
You have Lyme's. You do nap constantly.
Yeah, I'm sleeping all the time.
You better hope you have Lyme.
Yeah,
Because you got some splaining to do.
you got some splatter to do.
You know what? Let's stop the show. Let's stop the show. I'll film it with my phone. We'll go live. And I'll take you to the doctors. I'll pay for it. It's cheaper than providing you with medical care.
It's possible to do that at this moment.
Yeah.
Hang on, old William here for a little while.
And
One night, I gotta change my shirt. This is a MAGA shirt.
yeah, let's go.
Okay.
And we'll piece it together. Don't worry, folks. You're not getting any less show. We're going to the doctor's.
And by hang on
see
to, I
if
mean
Ryan has
creep up
Lyme's.
ever so slightly upon these butt cheeks. And place my hand upon your fucking sexy ass and squeeze. And squeeze.
Did you know it's orangutan and not orangutan?
Yeah.
Did you know that when Asian girls do that slide that you just did, it goes
Why?
because their pussies are sideways.
That's racist. Moving back. But actually, sometimes science.
Let's make a bet. I bet that you have Lyme disease.
Oh, I think
and
so. Let's make a bet. We find an Asian girl, we have her slide down.
there's one. Oh, there's a cool skater.
Not really hard to find.
Skate and destroy, dude.
Get my fishing pole out.
Let's make a bet.
Throw the hook
I
into
bet
this
you
fucking nerd.
$20 if you have Lyme disease, and you have maybe 20 if you don't.
If I don't,
And it's lose-lose for you
Almost got ahead of
because
myself there.
if you don't have Lyme,
Then
that means you're so incompetent that people around you assume you have a disease.
I assumed I have a disease, and I think I'm correct.
Really? Hey, what does a gay horse say? Hi. It's not a fact. It's
I
a
thought they go
joke.
like this. I go.
No, that's an Asian's pussy.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's cross. Okay, so deal?
Yep.
You give me 20 if you don't have Lyme. I give you 20 if you have Lyme.
And we can just walk right in.
Well, yeah, it's a pay-as-you-go clinic. I'm paying.
And I'm
Well,
going.
free speech is paying $130 for you to go to this clinic.
So you pay and I go.
All right, let's go.
Me too.
Inching ever so slightly upon the butt cheeks. I don't like the butt cheek. A little bit too hard of a break there for me. A little bit too late on the throttle. Did I mention a little bit too? It's alright. I'm gonna have to wait another lap. Get her done. But we'll get her done. We'll get her done.
19.55, sector 1 is 0.41 off the pace. You're a 10th off the pace in sector 2. Sector 3 time is fast.
A little time here.
You really need to be in front of this car. Left side. Clear left.
I'm sorry about that. Didn't think I touched you, but I got some points for you.
Nice front.
You're all good, you're all good. I fucked up that corner.
Of course you did.
I
You had me on your
was
butt cheeks.
afraid that was gonna happen when I fucked it up.
Pressure.
It's just time to jog away from him.
This is excellent, mate. Keep it up. You're in the lead. That last lap was at 120.08.
No!
Yeah, it looks really cool.
And we're gone.
Are you out hard? Oh, you're out hard, Bo?
Hard what?
You're like, are you in the pits? Like, did you have to go like tow it, or are you like still raceable?
I'm restable. I'm out here somewhere. I think I got away with no damage, but I guess we'll see.
Alright. Well, work your way back up here.
The gap in front is now 0. On your right. Hold line. Still there. On your right. 6th place.
Field trip. So we'll know tomorrow.
I only fell back to 6, so that ain't too bad.
Excuse for all your napping and stretching. But you are from upstate New York.
That's right. Yeah.
And you did have a ring from a tick bite.
I don't know if it was a tick bite. I went to the hospital for it, and that was inconclusive. That was like 10 years ago. So this could have happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, a month ago.
I thought with Lyme, you when you've had it for too long, like Kathleen Hanna of Bikini Kill, there's a whole documentary about her, and she basically has MS. Her Lyme is so bad, and it's because she didn't nip in bud. I've had Lyme. Anyone who spends time
2.2
upstate
seconds
gets
is-
Lyme disease.
Huh.
Dude in front of me.
In fact, everyone I know upstate, they just go and they get checked for it every year.
Doesn't seem like
Put Avril Lavigne out for wash.
slower than him down the straight. So car seems to be fine. Well, he was picking up on me just as
Are you
good.
become smarter if you have it and you get cured? Because that would really help me out.
There's cognitive effects, skin effects, nervous system.
Why didn't you find the trailer for the Kathleen Hanna movie?
This is an article that she wrote, but yeah, let me find that.
How would you pull up an article that she
I don't know
wrote?
what this guy
I also
behind me
have heard rumors it was
creep up on.
bio.
So much ethics.
It's a biochemical weapon that was created by the government.
That lap was at
I've heard that too,
120.69.
What is taking you so long, Line Man? You don't have line.
I'm
You
just
have
feeling,
lane.
I'm feeling limey. Touched by lime, when punk rock collides. There's a lot of videos on there.
It's one particular movie. What are you doing? I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Okay, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Touched by lime. That looks like it.
Okay.
And then,
Touched by a lime on the road.
Alright, good. Show you the lime.
I've been
Now,
kissed by a Grecian
There's so much
hood.
press.
Oh, I was on this guy's show once. I called it my other co-guest.
My power, my Grecian, my who.
And then they said,
Let me pull up on this guy's butt cheeks and pass him again.
Gaining on this car, the gap is 1.4.
She going bald?
difficult treatments to do. But now the treatment's just making me feel
What's
kind
up with
of
her hair?
My grease becomes a who, and I will. I'll break you into the corner. And I'll accelerate into the next one until we hit the breaking zone. And did you know that when we break, I'll creep up on your butt cheeks?
Which I really recommend to anybody who's
And your cheeks will become clear in my face. And I'll pass you as long as I can stay on the radio port again. And then
So she's getting good. By the way, ladies, balding is
Halfway home.
If only I knew the song that I was making up better.
gigantic fat pigs have pigs. Balding women, not. If you were balding, go to Singapore and get the plugs, whatever you have to do to fix it. You cannot deal with balding chicks. And even when we're not trying to fuck you, just seeing you on the street makes us go.
You can try to pull over there all you want, bud. It's only going to prolong the inevitable.
Frank Miller and the woman.
Edmund.
The rows were very stacked. It was very tall. It was almost like a baseball stadium. You know, in New York, you have to make use of your space. And the woman behind, in front of me, was almost between my knees. She was so low.
Especially when you take that corner with that goofy line you just took, and I just fucked up right there.
Just cut the track.
And I was like this the whole movie, just staring.
Oh, we caught it though.
I stare away
Connor.
from stuff like that. If I see some kind of weird,
Stare away?
yeah,
Is that line
Stare
too?
away.
yes,
You mean look away?
I look away.
Stare away.
Stare away, I'm nude. What do you do? Stare away, I don't have a shirt.
Stare away actually means to stare. Stare away. I'm staring. I stare away.
Stare away, don't look at me, I'm idiots. Stare over there. Got age. Very difficult week that age. All right. Oh, we've got so much more to talk about before we get to the mailbag. Here's a little.
Ryan, shut up! You don't have a.
1-2. Remember a long time ago?
Come on, babe.
2 weeks ago.
Let me get up on him, butt cheek. You fucking Porsche. You fucking dork. You fucking nerd dog. I'd never go off track and wreck when I was in first place on this fucking course.
Was poo-pooing
Fucking idiot.
2 statues.
I'm gonna pretend I'm taking him to the inside here.
The man
I'll
who
wait.
discovered the Western world. And by the way, can we just make something
I
clear?
should have took him. Damn
He
it.
sailed to the Americas. They mean the Caribbean. He landed in like DR and Haiti
God
and
damn it,
stuff.
Bo.
He
You
never
idiot.
went to America.
You
He didn't kill
prolonged it
the
a lap
American
when
Indian.
you should
Now,
have
a lot
just
of Indians
taken
died.
it. I'll just take it.
Something like, some say 95% of the Indian population was killed around soon after Columbus arrived. You know why? Because they got a disease.
That's what I get when I'm taking the other one.
Plague.
Keep compromising.
They had their own
Corner,
plague.
go
And yes,
super
maybe
slow
it came
through
from
this
the
first
Spaniards
sector.
infecting the Taino,
Super
what they're
slow
called,
through
all
the
over the Caribbean.
sector.
Then this
Cause
virus
you're
is
not
like
aggressive. You know, that guy in my comments just talking about, boy, you ain't aggressive enough,
up
you
the
fucking
West
nerd.
Coast and went east, devastating populations that they did.
And here I am,
to this
not
weird
being
disease.
aggressive enough.
Holy fuck. What if it was the plague? What if Columbus brought the plague? Well, then he's fucked up. Don't you hate him? No, that's inevitable. Sorry. What was going to happen? No Europeans would ever come to North America? He was just the first. It was going to happen.
It was gonna happen. Hey,
He's a genocidal evil. Anyway, so to get back to that story. Oh yeah, one other thing. I remember hearing about the pioneers coming, and when the first pilgrims were coming to North America, when they were miles away, they saw all of these fires along the coast. Not bad fires, like bonfires, like people hanging out, all, for miles and miles and miles. And then soon after, all those people were gone. So I think Indians were already dying of this bubonic plague, whatever it's called, the white plague. They were dying of that as the settlers arrived. So historically, yes, it looks like they slaughtered millions of Indians who didn't. They slaughtered a bunch, and a bunch slaughtered us for 400 fucking years. Anyway, so this guy, Hank Willis Thomas, his examples of what statues should go are Christopher Columbus, the greatest explorer of all time, a guy we're still talking about hundreds of years later, and Robbie Burns. And he calls him, what does he call him in this? Some Scottish poet? Some random Scottish poet? Dude, he is the pinnacle of Scottish culture, which defines Western culture, by the way. I say, I'm a proud Western chauvinist who refuses to log us for creating the modern world. There's a great book by Arthur Herman about how the Scots invented the modern world. We were the Industrial Revolution. We put the steam engine on its side. We invented the concept of factories.
Duncan.
Back in the Industrial Revolution, in the 1800s, Glasgow was Taiwan. It said made in Taiwan. It'd be made in Glasgow. Everything you were wearing, all your tobacco, every product you were smoking or wearing or doing or driving was made in Scotland. So Robbie Burns is a relevant global figure, as is Christopher Columbus. And to this day, all over New York, they have Robbie Burns back. This is Burns Supper. All the Scottish pubs in New York have it. It's a big deal. Everyone wears kilts. And it's a testament, too, to Robbie Burns was the first sort of non-snobby public figure who wrote about the working man. In fact, one of his most famous poems is, "A man is a man and all that."
Anderson in front is now 3.4
He
seconds.
sort of invented the concept of glorifying the working class. And a man is a man, and all that, and all that, and all that. Anyway, obviously Christopher Columbus is a much bigger figure, but Robbie Burns is a neutral figure. And the Scotch history of New York is rich, especially when you call it Scotch-Irish, Scots-Irish. And that pissed me off. And I looked up Lewis Thomas, and I thought, you never heard of Robbie Burns. You love to talk about multiculturalism, but you don't mean anything remotely white. You've never heard of Robert Burns because you're uneducated and you have a myopic view of the world. And your myopic view is everyone's racist, I'm a victim, Jim Crow, slavery, blah, blah, blah. All his art looks like that. So, when I saw this guy in the news the other day, this is 1-1, I thought, and I realized it's the same guy. So he's in the news now because he stole a picture. U.S. artists accused of stealing iconic images from South African photographers. So this guy, this plagiarist, decides what statues we get in New York and how, if he thinks Robbie Burns is trivial, then that statue is removed. Now look how shitty of an artist he is. Scroll down. Now the picture on the right is what this black photographer who's been documenting apartheid and life in South Africa for decades. Hank Willis Thomas comes along. What does he do? He goes into Photoshop, clicks around this chick, and then pulls down the contrast on everything that's not her. And there's his photograph. He's a genius. And you know how much he sold that for? $36,000. You know how much the South African guys sold anything for? $1,000. Look at this. Look at that other picture.
2.4 to this New Point North. New Point North.
He's done this before?
No
That's
point.
a different guy, Graham Williams. So he just takes pictures and then he cuts around them and dulls the contrast. I mean, there's already precedents and laws set for this. Collage is fine. You can cut up a bunch of pictures and put them together and make a new picture. You can't just adjust the contrast on one part of it and call it yours and sell it for tens of thousands of dollars, you cunt.
E5.
A shitty human being, huh?
And he did make it black and white too.
Touche. These are who we're giving the keys to the city to. Hey, lazy plagiarist who won't shut up about racism that's 100 years old. Here, you decide what statue. You decide if Christopher Columbus and Robbie Burns are relevant. Remember, I think it was Bill O'Reilly who said, I wouldn't mind paying so much tax that I knew it was going to something good that was working. But it's that you slam us with your tax and then you just blow it on bullshit that pisses us off. Like Charlene McRae's $1 billion Thrive program, where the plan seems to be get so many homeless people to cause so much distress and ruin a city so much that we start talking about mental health. And I feel the same way about this. Like, maybe if someone was talking about what statues to add and subtract, and they had, like a history degree, I'd go, okay, I guess you know what you're doing. Doesn't seem right to erase history. But what's your plan? No, it's just some lazy plagiarist who whines about racism.
Just covering the track.
We got the fake news, that's good. All right, so the last story I want to get in before we hit the mailbag is this Antifa guy was killed outside a place called Cider Riot. It's in Portland, it's where all the Antifa hang out. He's hit by a hit and run. I suspect it was some thug, some stupid teen, stole a car and hit a guy, as one does. And I suspect that this guy was drunk. This Antifa kid was drunk in the road, and he got rammed into it. Now, the car crashed soon after that, and the guys took off. That's what car thieves do.
Thank you for letting me go.
Speed limit. You steal a car, you go nuts, and then you crash. The story in the news became Antifa murdered outside their clubhouse, and then the car smashed into the DNC building. No, it didn't. It hit a tree near the DNC building, and the DNC building is right next to Cider Riot, the Antifa bar. And even Sargon of Akkad and the notoriously bald Tim Pool both went
notoriously
this looks
bald.
Like Proud Boys and Patriot Prayer. Tim Pool says, you know, Antifa violence is silly and it's frivolous, but it's not deadly. Right-wing violence is deadly and gets people killed. What? Right-wing violence? Is he talking about like that bowl-haired guy? If you want to get into mass shooters, we've got the Dayton, Ohio shooter who was Antifa, who murdered 9 people and himself. I also have about 3 suicides. I got a bunch of death by cops, all Antifa. I'm going to make a video about this, but my death toll for Antifa, including suicides, is 15. 15 people either driven to suicide or murdered.
Breaking down.
Or
Come on,
somewhere
babe.
in between, like with William Van Spronson, whatever his name was. That's
It's
kind
the
of
Rinth
suicide.
town.
He must have known
It's the
Paul
Weld
was
town.
shooting when he went to do a mass killing. And that would have been even more deaths. So I don't know what
It's the
fuck
Rick's
Tim Pool
Teen
is talking
town.
about. And of course, it turns out, like, see, Antifa is even saying, yeah, this doesn't seem to be fascist violence. Like, these guys want to get their stories out so fast and be the first to talk about it, but it's all conjecture. But Antifa, always anti-fascists, say, our sources indicate that this was not related to fascist activity. So it was either thugs stealing a car or Antifa on Antifa violence.
That's 2 minutes
Let's
left.
go to Andy
2
Knows
minutes.
Twitter. If you ever want to know what's going on with Antifa, just check out Andy Knows Twitter. Because he's got videos of this guy. That's different.
I could have had that guy if I had
There he is. So that go up.
stayed a little cooler to there.
That's the guy. Is he wearing a dress there? Or an undershirt? Portland is telling public
There we
not
go,
to help
it's
police
over.
investigate
Bring
the
it
death
back
of one of
round.
their comrades. Witnesses say his friends dragged his body away, leaving a trail of blood. Ooh, that's brand new. Jeez. That's juicy. Keep going down. Minneapolis Police Chief